This entry is from the first few days after the winter break. One where I tried and failed at finding some sort of routine that could get me into the school mindset. Every day I learned that my lack of discipline really holds me back. I wish it was a skill I'd built earlier in life. Now I suffer whenever I have to get myself to do something that requires even a little bit of effort. These days, my mind's been very overstimulated, whether that be from scrolling on Twitter, reading 3 books at once, or binging shows in 2 nights. I've learned by now that whenever my media consumption gets this intense, it's normally because I'm avoiding things or neglecting them. New Year, I was completing Rowena's reflection series. She's one of my favorite YouTubers that I genuinely love because she doesn't sound really new agey or preachy at all. She's a very type A person in some regards, and her videos are based on reiterations. Also, I relate to her way too much. Anyways, while doing one of her worksheets, I discovered that I actually have a mental block that I haven't been processing. Something I thought I was over with when I'm not. I just haven't been aware or had the courage to deal with it. I know how it's affecting different portions of my life. For example, if my mental block prevents me from connecting to my dean, it in turn means I've been waking and sleeping really late, which in turn means I haven't been exercising or completing all my work, which in turn explains why I've been feeling guilty, anxious, irritated, and of course, tired. Okay, here we have a rapid fire book haul for you guys. First up, we've got Piranesi. I heard it's really hard to describe and has an ocean, so obviously I was sold on the concept. Then of course we've got Pachinko. I like to read the physical copy of longer books, so that's why I picked this one up. Peril of the Sower. It might be too creepy to pick up right now, but I want to get to this eventually. And lastly, A Tale for the Time Being. A dual narrative through time. Sign me up. Completely up my alley, which is why I picked it up. Still, as much as I love the idea of starting the new year with new goals and habits, I know that the time frame doesn't really mesh well with my lifestyle. Looking back on my life, change of habit is a very slow process. Even though every day I feel the same, when I look back months later, I realize that I don't think the same anymore. My perceptions evolve slowly, so confining goals to start in January and reflecting in December is a bit too idolized for me. However, I like the idea that January might mean a mental cue to begin a process of change.
Going back, I think the Clinton Foundation, in the early 2000s was very much focused on,
This particular class is as much time to focus on a lot for me summer camp.
Since receiving my first iPod Touch in the 7th grade, I've loved the process of taking photos, especially quote-unquote self-portraits. But these last few months, I've felt no inclination to, rather I shy away from the front-facing camera in a way I haven't before. And that's because I'm no longer sure of how I look. Every day I feel as if I look a little different. I feel like I'm leaving behind some of my more childlike features, and my perception of myself along with the mirror's reflection is having trouble keeping up. It's interesting, having entered my early 20s. I wonder when I'll truly tip over into how I'll look like as an adult. Just scrolling through my old pictures and those of my friends, I can see a gradual change. I see my features from those of a child, to a tween, to a teen. So this is just another shift. I'm just much more aware of it in a way I haven't been in the past. I've spoken about this before probably, but I don't really journal often. I only do it whenever I feel like I need it. If you flip through one of my journals, you'll see 2 to 3 entries per month, or sometimes 1 entry every 2 to 3 months. There's never an obligation I have to it. I think that's why I've been able to do it for so long now. I find it so entertaining to read through one of my old journals from 2017 or 2015. Actually, I've begun using my journals as a sort of self-encyclopedia. For instance, when I was stressed about law school applications, I pulled out my journal with entries from the 12th grade to get a better sense of how I felt. I used them as a tool to learn about what not to do this time around.
Perhaps to find your own voice to insist upon that, or at least to find a way to survive amidst an ethos that
Everyone
relishes your
seems
erasures and
ready
failures.
to give some resemblance of advice. I don't think there's anything wrong with giving advice. I just don't think I can, especially after you look at the lifestyle I seem to lead in my videos. Anyways, this was a much more loose-themed video. It was just me trying and failing and finding a routine to spend my time before I go on exchange. Clearly, according to me, I don't exactly have an answer yet. But at the moment, that's okay.